We must have burned through a lot of these. I gotta sneeze, hang on. Nope, it's gone. This is a game called Burning Questions. Backwards, as usual. I'm gonna read like maybe 5, depending on how quickly I burn through them. They got a good name, they did. What if I set it up over here? Because I feel like this is better lighting. Hold on. Yes, this is good. Okay. So, the first question is upside down. Out of the negative emotions of greed, anger, jealousy, and hate, which one would you say affects you the most? Ooh, greed, anger. Not really greed. I can get angry. Jealousy, not at all. I'm like the least possessive person ever. I'm cheering you on, like being like, be your own person. Woo, do what you want to do. I'm right here. Like, I'm not like, you're mine. So not jealousy, not really greed, anger maybe, and really not hate either. I don't really hate people, so probably anger. I get mad about situations. Like, I get really angry with like unfair situations. I'm a Libra, by the way. Let me just introduce myself. I'm a Libra, so I feel like that goes with Libra vibes, is that like I'm not jealous of other people. I'm like, do what you gotta do what you wanna do. I don't hate people. I'm always trying to think from other people's perspectives, which is exhausting. It would probably be a lot easier to hate someone than to sympathize with them and sympathize with everybody and it be nobody's fault for anything, because, you know, we're all just human. We're just doing what we gotta do, you know? I feel like I answered that. It's anger. Okay, moving on. Oh, this is like similar vibes. Okay, out of the positive emotions of compassion, positivity, enthusiasm, and initiative, which one is your biggest strength? Compassion, positivity. I'm not a super positive person. I'm very pessimistic, so not positivity. Enthusiasm and initiative. It's probably going to be compassion as the biggest strength. Enthusiasm and initiative seem kind of similar to me, at least the way that my enthusiasm manifests itself. But my initiative is like a hot burning bonfire for like 2 seconds. I'm like, yeah, we're going to do it. We're going to do all the things and we're going to do, this is the plan and blah, 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 blah. And then I get like a few days into whatever it is I'm doing, and the initiative just, it goes away. I have no motivation. I'm like, don't make me the leader of that. I don't want to be the leader. Just tell me what I got to do. You know what I'm saying? So like the initiative doesn't last. It's like a front and then it goes away. Enthusiasm is similar. I feel like my enthusiasm is attached to my initiative. And then my enthusiasm slowly dies. Yeah. Positivity, I already said no. So it's going to be compassion, which is like what I was talking about before. I'm always like, oh, you poor thing. Let me be your free therapist, please. Please. Moving on. If you could be given the date of your death, would you want to know it? I feel like, yeah, I work really good with deadlines. Moving on. Presented with the opportunity to be Presented with the opportunity to be immortal, would you take it? No. No, I would not. Similar theme to the other question. I'm cool with death. Like, I'm fine with that. I kind of like the idea of knowing when I'm going to die, because then it kind of gives me a time frame to work within. I like knowing things. like planning things. So being alive for the rest of time means I'm just going to be planning and planning and planning and planning, and there's going to be no end to it. So that sounds like my own personal hell. God, that's a lot to unpack. Okay, no. What creeps you out the most? Creeps? I feel like creeps is a very specific word. Creep. It's like not scared. Creep is like uncomfy. There's a specific, if we're talking in like the horror genre, like scary stuff,
I would say there's like a type of...
Did you see that? I just reached for my lips. No. There's a type of creature that whenever I see creatures like this, I always have nightmares about it. And it's basically a face that has like a really pointy like snout and then like big mouth, like a really big mouth with sharp teeth and then really big eyes. And the eyes are like a solid color, whether it's like black, white, yellow, like they're a solid color. So it looks kind of like, I don't know, like a rat face. And then the hands are like really long fingers, and it like walks on all fours. Or it can stand up. That's almost worse, as if it stood up. But like that kind of look for any sort of horror creature, even if it's only has some of those features, my brain is immediately going to be like, we have dream content for the next few months, and I fall into insomnia. So I feel like that's what creeps me out the most. It definitely affects my brain noodles. Brain noodles? Ew. That's what someone's gonna be like, that's what creeps me out the most. Is Aubrey saying the word brain noodles? On a lighter note, what's your ideal vacation? My ideal vacation would be going to like a cabin Airbnb in another country. I've only been out of the country twice, and it was to the same exact place both times. I would want to go out of the country somewhere with mountains, and like a nice cozy place to stay. My ideal vacation would probably be more than a week for sure, maybe even more than 2 weeks, because the first period of time in the vacation, I'm gonna have to be getting over like my vacation guilt, where I'm like, I don't deserve to be on a vacation, and then I'm like, I do deserve to be on a vacation because I finally relax, and I'm like, wow, I had so much tension, and then I have to enjoy myself, and then I have to have time to be like, it's gonna be over, I need to make the most of my time, right? Like really enjoy it, and then cope with it coming to an end, and then go back to work. So it would have to be more than 2 weeks in a mountainous area, and we would stay in a cabin. I say we because my husband would probably be there, and maybe my siblings. I feel like I would want to go on a vacation with my siblings, and we would hike in the mountains. Yeah. And play games in the cabin in the evening. I'm gonna get drunk. Together, so it's extra fun. What food could you not live without? That's a good question. Food, like a type of food. I mean, technically I could live without, well, I mean, you need food in general, but like, technically any food that I choose, I could live without it. I know it's meaning in a desired sense. I don't want to live without a certain food. I feel like I would say bread or potatoes. I'm pretty sure I'm an American, you know? I don't like being an American. I'm not a huge fan of a lot of things in America. But I will say that bread and potatoes are probably two staples in my diet. And I think if you were to cut them out, it would make a huge difference in what I'm eating, and I would notice that difference. So I'm gonna say potatoes. We're gonna go with potatoes because there's just so many different types of potatoes. What would your best friend say is your best quality? Best quality. Does it mean like quality, like character quality, or like quality like this masterpiece? Because if it's facial quality, I know that my husband talks about my eyes a lot. And yes, my husband is my best friend. What else do you expect? Sorry, I had a notification. Probably my eyes, if it's facial quality. For personality quality, it's probably, I don't know. Maybe we should ask him. My best quality. I guess, I mean, we were talking about compassion earlier. So we're gonna go with compassion. I feel like that's it. This is the last one. I keep saying ooh with the good ones, and I hate that. Stop it. Would you change your name? What to? Yes. Well, if I could change my name, I wanted to change my name when I was younger. And if I did, I wanted to change it to... Actually, I don't remember what I wanted to change it to. I just knew I didn't like it. My name is Aubrey. Aubri. My name on YouTube is Orby. That came from one of my friends, Kieran. She would call me Orby. Growing up, people called me Obs. Aubs. Because Bree was already taken by like 7 other girls in my high school, so I couldn't be a Bree. And to this day, I still kind of push against Bree. It just feels wrong. It's like I'm not a Bree. I'm not a Bree. I'm Aubrey. I'm not a Bree. Anyways, but I've grown to like Aubrey. I think Orby is like my sillier version of my name. So I like Aubrey. I really like the name Rhiannon. I don't know what it is about that name. The Fleetwood Mac song, I actually have the Fleetwood Mac vinyl thingy over there, hung up on my wall. But the one that's like, she rings like a bell through the night, and wouldn't you love her? Takes to the sky like a bird of flight, and who will be her lover? All your life you never seen a woman taken by the wind. Would you stay if she promised you heaven? Will you ever win? Will you ever win? And then they sing Rhiannon. I love that song, and I love the name Rhiannon, so probably Rhiannon. I might name one of my children Rhiannon. One of my children Rhiannon. If I ever have children, which is a topic for another time. Another time, another place, dear. What I'm going to do for future me is, since I've already done those, I'm just going to put them on the bottom. Like a good citizen. Like so, like that. It. Ta-da. Well, this has been fun. Catch you on the flip-flop.